Right, this video is about content and how we can use content to help our website perform better in search engines. So content is really important. You probably hear lots of people talking about the importance of content on your website. And it is, and the reasons are because Google needs some information to be able to understand what's on the page and then deliver that accordingly to users in the search engine. So content on your page is important. We do see a lot of people nowadays trying to make their sites smaller and minimize them, and one-page scrolling sites and things like that. Now, whilst they can look great from a keyword and from an SEO perspective, they're going to struggle to perform. If you've got a strategy which is around pay-per-click advertising or about PR and brand and things like that, then that can work well. But if you want to drive and generate organic traffic into your website, then we need to have plenty of content on our website. So back in some of the previous videos, we talked about keywords and mapping out keywords. Now, how that marries up to our content is we need to be thinking about, well, do we have content about those particular keywords that's going to help those pages perform in search engines? Now, content can come in different forms. The obvious ones are pages on your website, whether it's product pages, service pages, category pages. All those need to have a decent amount of information on to educate and inform our users as to what our services are, what our products are, and to give them enough that they want to inquire or buy. That's very important, and you really need to be aiming for 300 to 500 words on those pages. I know it's not always possible, but have that as a bit of a target for yourself. Now, in terms of other types of content which is popular, things like blog and news is important. If you have two websites that are pretty much the same, and one's got some up-to-date fresh blog content on it and the other one stayed stagnant for the last 2 years, the one with the up-to-date blog content is way more likely to rank better in Google than the one that hasn't, because Google understands that the content on that site is probably going to be more relevant and up-to-date than the one that hasn't been updated for 2 years. So just bear that in mind. I know content can be a bit of a struggle for some people and some businesses, but it can also be quite straightforward. Now, time yourself when you're doing your blogs and your news as well, because you challenge yourself to do them quicker and more effectively. Aim for sort of 45 minutes for a blog, 400 words. That's a good sort of benchmark to target for. But other things to think about are obviously news, infographics, which are graphical representations of data. And whilst then they're obviously come in an image form, they're shared quite a lot in search engines and shared quite a lot in social media. So it's a good brand awareness exercise with things like infographics. Think about videos on your website. Google loves the fact that if you've got different forms of media on your website, it likes that because it knows that users like and absorb video information more than they do written information. Think about podcasts and audio bits. Think about white papers, FAQs and stuff like that. Now, another thing to consider is if you're doing a blog, can you reuse that blog in different ways? So can you turn the blog into an infographic, or can you turn the blog into a video, or the news piece into a video, so that you're not having to reinvent the wheel every time you sit down to do some more content for your website? Now, the more content you add to your website, the more pages you have indexed for your website, and Google can see that there's a lot of depth to it, and it can see there's a lot of purpose to it, which will help your core pages, which we've targeted with the keywords, perform better and push up the rankings. It creates like a web of content underneath the core foundations of your website to help bump it up. So content is really important. You really need to have some kind of content strategy and plan and deliver on it consistently. Aim for, start realistic, maybe start with one blog or one news piece a week, and then build it from there. And you'll see the performance improve. So give it a go and check out some further videos for what to do next.